Knoxville's love affair with speed is well over a century long. Since the Marion County Fairgrounds was built, it's been home to racing, from its humble beginnings with horse races to becoming the sprint car capital of the world. Knoxville hosted its first auto race in 1901 and held more races starting in 1917. World War II put racing on hold in Knoxville, but it quickly returned with hot rods, midgets, and stock cars in the early 1950s. What happened next laid the groundwork for the mecca of dirt track racing. In 1954, after lights and banked turns were added, Knoxville began weekly racing, a legacy that continues to today. In 1956, Marion Robinson took over as Knoxville Raceway promoter. Under his watch, drivers moved quickly from stock cars to modifieds, super modifieds, and eventually sprint cars as they searched for the fastest way around the Knoxville half mile. While the cars were stripped down to the bare essentials, the crowds grew, from seating an estimated 2,000 in 1954 to the current capacity of roughly 24,000. Robinson also dreamed up and created the Knoxville Nationals in 1961, originally called the first annual Super Modified National Championship. That legacy would grow into the premier event it is today. In 1974, P. Ray Grimes replaced Robinson as race promoter. Grimes had a significant impact on the Knoxville Nationals by adding a fourth day of racing, making it more than just a race. Now it was a gathering of the racing community. In 1977, Ralph Capitani was hired as race director, and he quickly sanctioned the World of Outlaws. Under his watch, weekly racing and the Knoxville Nationals grew into long-standing traditions that families continue to pass down from generation to generation. Legends like Pleasantville plumber Earl Wagner and all-time race wins record holder Danny Lasowski have entertained generations of race fans from all across the world through over 60 years of continuous weekly dirt track racing. That's 6 decades that have seen race fans grow up at the dirt track and pass the racing fever down. The roar of the engine, the mesmerizing speed sliding through the turns, the shocking crashes, and the photo finishes captivate the imagination of race fans every weekend, while the legacy of over 60 years of champions inspires a new generation of drivers, with stories still to be written at the sprint car capital of the world. Knoxville Raceway, fueled by speed.